This is Crispin Glover, who plays George McFly in the Back to the Future franchise, except he didn't appear in the sequel or the third film. Now, I did mention in my Back to the Future fun facts that Crispin Glover was replaced, and I'm going to explain to you what happened during the time. When Crispin Glover was played as George McFly, here's what I found interesting. Crispin Glover did not like the original Andy of the ending of Back to the Future, with Marty's dad living in a fancy house, fancier clothes, and everything else. And when he didn't get the amount of money that he didn't get, well, things just went a little bit bad, you guys. According to what I found, Bob Gale would say that Crispin Glover asked for the amount of money as Michael J. Fox. The studio said no, and then Crispin Glover threw a fit. According to what Crispin Glover said he asked for much money as Biff's actor and got half. Crispin Glover said no, and the studio threw a fit. In that case, Crispin Glover did not return for Back to the Future Part 2. But that's actually where the story gets weird. Like a little bit kind of creepy weird, you guys. You may have seen this scene in Back to the Future 2. Here, Marty's dad has a back injury and hangs upside down because he hurt his back. Well, this guy right here is actually sorta kind of Crispin Glover. Now remember, he didn't return for Part 2. Instead of announcing the recast of Back to the Future 2, Universal decided they try to hide the Crispin Glover. So what they did, they hired Jeffrey Wiseman as the new George McFly, and this is what happened. They actually took the moldings from Crispin Glover's face from Part 1 and put it on Jeffrey Wiseman, and when it didn't look convincing enough, they wrote in a back injury and hang him upside down and hoping audience wouldn't tell the difference. And even the actors weren't happy about this. And the first words out of Michael J. Fox's mouth was, quote, "Crispin Glover ain't gonna like this." So, and still to this day, Crispin Glover is still a little bit angry because of from the studio and Back to the Future. Now, when Crispin Glover saw Back to the Future 2, he said, "Wait, that's me." He was angry, so much so that he sued the studio for it. A lawsuit, by the way, he won, to prevent movies from ever doing that again, you guys. So that is what happened to Crispin Glover. And if you want a little bit more information, I'll put a link into a video explaining why Marty McFly was fired, and also what happened to Crispin Glover. And I think you'll find that video a little interesting, guys. And if you want to check that out, original videos linked in the description down below. Alright? Okay, guys, get ready, because in the next video on Saturday, we're going to be talking about some fun facts about Elf.